Welcome everyone to the Mega Make and Take event of the Spring Slimline card class. My name is Sharon and this is the card that you will be making by Stamp On It. So these are a couple of samples. You'll be working with our products, our 65-pound vellum, our outline stickers, and our overlays, the nice Slimline overlays. So let's get started. So we're going to start with the kit. We're going to open up the kit. Sorry about all the crinkling. Let's try and get everything out at once. I don't know if that'll be more crinkling or less crinkling. In your kit, you're going to have a foam sheet, thick, spongy foam. That's going to be for our paper plumping. You will have stylus tools. We're only going to be using the black one for this particular technique, but this is by 𝐂𝐨𝐧𝐧𝐞, so must be she has something else you use that for. You also get about, I think that's about a 3/8 inch foam tape, and you get a 1/8 inch double-sided tape. You get an extra sheet of cardstock. You can use it as your table paper, or you can make a card out of it. You have your Slimline card. It's 100-pound or 110. It is heavy duty. And a matching envelope. You have ordinary household wax paper that is included in your kit for your convenience. You have 3 sheets of stickers. You have one that are the tulips, one that are corners, and one that is the with sympathy. And then also in the kit, you will have a pre-cut piece of our 65-pound vellum and a square overlay. You also will get your instructions and a coupon, which is on the flip side of the instructions, or maybe you might have 2 separate sheets, but it's on the flip side so you can use your coupon. All right, so now we're going to get started. Seems how we've gone through everything there. So we're going to get started. Got to get my stuff together here. So you're going to take out your overlay and your piece of vellum. Okay? That's what you want to start with, and a pencil. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to take the vellum and you're going to lay it behind the openings, and I just turn it over so that I'm roughly having it spaced about the same. And then I turn it over and I put my hand on there, and then you want to lightly go around all of the corners. And then it's going to look like this. And then if you want, you can leave it all as one. But today I am going to be showing you with them cut apart. So all I do is just kind of make a notch, or you can just eyeball on your trimmers that's about between the two. The center one is going to be smaller than the 2 outside ones, just to let you know. Okay? So that means you have these pieces. Okay, and the center one is smaller. Then what you're going to want to do then is take out your sheets of stickers. Let me get a hold of mine here. Take your sheet of stickers, and then if you can use your hands, or if you have a pokey tool, which we do sell these on our website, I call this a deadly weapon. It is very sharp. And that's what I use to pick up my stickers with. I just find it easier that way. So you are going to pick up, and this is a due date sticker. And what I love about this company that we have is that they think ahead. You have a left version and a right version on there. They angle in different ways, which is really nice for this particular card. So we're going to turn these this way because we're going to make our card go in this direction. Not that you have to do it this way. If you want to do it the landscape way, you can. So I'm going to pick up one Let's see. Yeah, we'll pick this one up. So I just get under here, get under there, and then I carefully lift. I wet my finger because that way then the sticker does not stick to you. I press it on my stick, and now I can decide how I want to place this. So what I want to do is I'm looking at all of these. I'm going to move these a little bit. I am looking at all of these lines that I have put on there, and I want to make sure that I don't go above or too far down. So I want to make sure that most of it is being seen. So then I place my finger there and I press it down. Then I will take scissors and I will trim it off. Get rid of it there. Now you're going to do the same with the next one. And you see there, I picked up a chad. Sometimes if you just put your finger in there, but I just take the pokey tool, get it out, get a hold of it. Whoops, won't come off my finger. There. So now we're going to put it on here, and you see now they're sort of like mirror images. So I can decide which way I want to turn this. Since that one's turned that way, I think I'll turn this one this way. Okay. Then we're going to take our With Sympathy sticker and we're going to place this in the middle one. And I have to tell you that I do have a little trouble with getting things right in the inline. But that's one nice thing about our stickers is that they aren't permanent till they've been sitting there a while. This one is a little bit stuck here. So you just poke along to pick it up because you don't want to distort the words. You want it to stay nice. So I'm just getting it a little bit loosened up. Then what I do is I lick my finger and I touch it here, lick my finger, touch it there, and it's not sticking to me. And this sticker will still adhere, even though I've been licking on it. Now I got to look and see if it looks straight. Well, I don't think that looks too bad. Some of you might say it might be a little crooked, but perfection is only found in heaven, right? So now we're going to do our plumping. So that's where you need to get your black stylus tool out of your kit. And you need to get out your white foam piece. And what I like to do is I take my bone folder, which I'm hoping you have laying around somewhere close to you. I like to burnish my stickers from the back. It really doesn't show on this one, but on some of them, you can tell that it changes color. So if you look at this, you see how this is dark and this is lighter? I hope you can see that. That's because I'm burnishing that well into the vellum, where this one definitely could get lifted off easier. So I'm burnishing it down. Because what we're going to be doing is some stuff that is a little vigorous to the sticker. So you do want it stuck down. Do not use the point. It doesn't take a lot to press it in. Okay? So we're done with that. All right, so we're going to start with this particular one, and I'm going to show you how to do the plumping. So again, you're going to have your foam, and you're going to lay your tulip image on there. You're going to take, on this particular black one, there's a 2 millimeter and a 3 millimeter. You're going to take the 2 millimeter, and you're going to take your wax paper, and you're going to rub it on the front. I like to do the front outline first because it helps to start to break the fibers. So we're just tracing. We're not coloring it in. We're just tracing around the inside of these openings. Sometimes it's just a line going down the middle, but so you're just doing this with moderate pressure. Do not break the vellum because I have to say you can't come back from torn vellum. There's no going back. It will show. So I don't know if it's going to show on this. Let's see if I can find something that's black. Well, you can kind of see the white line there. That's because I am pressing enough to create a white line for me to go by. So then I can turn it over, and again, with your wax paper, this helps your stylus to glide, okay? Now we're going to switch to the 3mm, and we are going to, with moderate pressure, we are now going to be plumping the whole image, okay? And then you want to stop at one point to see that it has turned white. And if you feel it, you can feel the bump. Okay, I'm hoping you can see that it turns white. Maybe I'm a little too high. Okay, so now I'm going to proceed and I'm going to do the rest. Now, what will happen, excuse me, what will happen sometimes when you're doing this particular technique with the vellum is you will sometimes leave streak lines, which I'm hoping I can get it to show on here. You see how I have like a little streak line right there? I'm hoping you can see it. Well, you kind of want to get that out. So I just find out where it is and I just rub a little bit more, see if I got rid of it. And sometimes it helps to go in the opposite direction if you have a streak line. So then now what you're going to do is you're just going to be plumping each one of these open parts of the tulip and the leaves. And you're going to be doing that on both of these images. So we're going to get this going. Sometimes when they get really thin, you might need to switch to your 2mm if the openings are really small. And then at the end, you'll want to look at it to make sure that you didn't miss anything. I have missed sections before, thinking I had plumped everything, and I didn't. So you do want to double check when you're all done. Okay, so I'm looking, and I don't notice any scratches, but I want you to notice, and some of yours might bow up more than mine is. I don't know why mine's not bowed up as much. The one I did in practice for this video certainly bowed. Maybe I just didn't plump this up as much as I usually do. Okay, so now you can tell. You see how it's kind of rippled and puckered up? I don't know if you can see it there where the line is not straight. It goes around. What you're going to do is you're going to take the number 2 tip and you are going to go around with moderate to light pressure. You're going to go on the outside perimeter of this sticker on all of them. The with sympathy probably will not need this, but the 2 flowers will need this, the 2 tulips. Okay, and then now you see it's laying nice and flat. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to, after you have your other one plumped, you're going to color in. So here are my 2 stickers. So now you're going to color in. So you're going to take your 2 markers. All I say is you just need a green and you need a purple, whatever purple you like, and you need a blender pen. This is what a blender pen is for Tombow markers, and it will work with any water-based marker. So it won't work with alcohol markers, but Stampin' Up! Markers, any other marker, it will work. And when you get it, it's nice and clean. This is mine, but it's recently new. It has a little purple on it. But if you see when I wipe on the table, nothing comes off. So it doesn't matter what color the tip of your blender pen is, it will still be clear. Just so long as you always consider it dirty and test it on scrap paper. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. So what you're going to do is you need to have a surface that is non-porous. You can use an acrylic block, any size, doesn't matter. Depends on how many colors you're using. Or like this is our glitter film. This is one of our scrap pieces. And so we don't throw them away because this is great for our non-porous surface to put our color on. So you notice I'm using the side of the marker. You do not want to use the tip or else you'll break it down. So then I'm going to take the green and I'm going to put it on there. Kind of beads up, that's fine. So if anybody wants to know, I'm using number 126 green and 603 lavender in Tombow, if anybody would like to know, because we do sell Tombow markers. We'll put that off to the side. So now you're going to take your blender pen and I'm going to start with the green. So you're going to pick up some green and then with like a flicking motion, make sure that you know it's not too dark. So now that I know it's pretty light right here, I'm going to color in all of my green. That way then I have some color in here already. And yes, I'm a southpaw, so sorry about that. So now I'm going to pick up a little bit darker color. And again, I'm going to start at the bottom and then I do like a flicking motion. Maybe I need a little bit more. Whoops. So you're flicking color and you're making it more intense. Okay, so I'm going to do this one. And I'm flicking it. You see how it's looking? Okay, let's do this one. This one is a little more like color and then flick. So I keep adding until I'm happy with the intensity or the shadowing part that I want of this color. And once in a while, I will just, if I think, well, these stems are normally darker, I will just go straight from the marker. But, you know, if you want to add more until you're happy, okay? Sometimes I will also take the marker and I will just touch near here to have that intense color there, and then I will just lightly flick that out, okay? But that's what gives you that nice dark on the inside. Oh, it looks like I got a little piece of something there. So you can just get it to where you're happy with it. Looks like this is a little faint on the end. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So now we're going to switch. So we're going to clean our marker till no more green comes. There's no more green. Now we're going to switch to the purple and do the flowers. And we're going to do the same thing. I start at the bottom in case the marker is really intense. And I'm going to color in the whole thing with this lighter shade of the purple. Okay, then I come in with some darker and I just start flicking to get this going. And it's all going to be about your satisfaction. There's no right or wrong. You can even color straight from the marker. If you like a more darker colored flower, you can color straight from the marker. Just to let you know that our 65-pound vellum, you cannot color from the back. That's way that a lot of people used to do it. You know, they go, well, we colored it from the back. Well, that was probably the thin 25-pound vellum or whatever. But with 48, 65, or 100, those are the weights of vellum that we carry. You cannot color from the back. It just won't show. when it's all white like that, it won't show. So now maybe I will bring in a little bit straight from the marker there. I might even color that part in. Straight from the marker. Then again, I'm going to just kind of flick it a little so that it doesn't look so stark. We're going to stop at that. That way then it has some really light tips on there. So I already went ahead, and here's the with sympathy, and I plumped the rose and the leaves, and then you colored them in with the same technique. But of course you're working with a smaller opening. So, all right. Well, I had this all set up and now I can't find it. Oh, there it is. So I did the same one. Oh well. I was supposed to color this one in. Well, I'll do real fast, okay? Now you're going to see a speed up. Sharon coloring in fast. Whoops. And so, of course, I drop everything. And I'm actually just going to put some color down here. I'm doing it fast version. Maybe I want this color dark, that color dark. All right, I'm going to stop at that. So now we have them two opposites. And then you have your with sympathy for in between them. All right, I got to do the green. All right, so we're going to clean the purple. Wished I would have done it the right way. Okay, so now we're going to do some green. Oh, I have green on there. Okay, I'm going to pick up some green. And we're going to color in. And somebody might just say, this is good enough for me, just coloring it this light color. And, you know, hey, that's fine. A little bit more, and I'm going to fully color the stems. Now I'm going to add some darkness. I hope some of you are giving this shading a try. You know, it may not be perfect right at the beginning, but when you do it more and more each time, it's going to get better and better and better. Let's put a little green down here. Okay. Then we're just going to pull some out with flicking motions. I think that one's going to need more. That one needs me to come up into here. Okay, I'm going to stop at that. That looks fine to me. Okay, so I clean off my tip, and you notice I'm not going back and forth like this. I don't want to break down the nib. Once in a while, if it gets really saturated, I run my finger and roll the thing in there and get all the color off. So we're done with the coloring. So you now have these three pieces. If you want, where did this one go? If you want, when you do this, you can do this all as one piece. You'll turn it this way and you'll put all your stickers on and you will do it all as one piece. But I'm showing you with it cut so that you can definitely see how it works. Okay? All right. So now what we're going to do is we are going to, one, erase all of our pencil lines. And I recommend a white eraser. I don't know if any of you know, but white erasers erase things clean. They don't leave, unlike the yellowy orange one or whatever does leave stuff. But if you have the white eraser, which they even have white erasers at Dollar Tree and at all dollar stores, but the white one is what you want when you're erasing stuff on your cards and things. All right, so now, for some of you who really want to know if there is a front or back to this overlay, if you feel this one feels kind of smooth, and this side you can feel like the rough cut edge a little bit. And so we are going to want the rough cut edge facing up. Then we're going to take our 1/8 inch double stick tape. And I'm going to open this one up. 1/8 inch double stick tape. And we're going to take it out. And there's a little plastic thing on here, I think. Nope, not on this one. So there's a couple of ways that you can do this, but this is the way that I attach them. You want to stay near the opening. Oops, got it on backwards. Near the opening of the overlay. So don't run it down the middle. And I don't even tear. I just make a really ugly turn. And I just run it around. And again, I put my finger here and make a real ugly turn and get it turned around to where the sticky part's down. Of course, you know now it's not going to do it very well. And then I tear it off. Now you can do this other ways, but so then I just pull back a portion. Oops. And I fold it inside, okay, at an angle to the inside. Then I take my top one, I don't press here, okay, and I line this up, and you can pick it up in your hands if you want, and you want to line it up, and if you're happy with that, then press right there, okay? That's where the sticky has been undone. And then all I'm doing is gently pulling, not too hard. Oh, see, I screwed up. I pulled too hard, everybody. So you're going to need your pokey tool. And then all you do is get a hold of, and I might have torn the paper when I went around the corner anyway. So you just get a hold of it and pull the rest out. Then you want to make sure that you burnish this down. Okay, so you're going to do that to all 3 openings. And you're going to get everything on here. Maybe it's going to be best if I just do this version. Okay, this is the other version that I have been teaching with every class, except this is just a little backwards in that when you start with a corner, you're going to fold inward. Oops, I peeled the whole thing off. You're going to fold inwards into there, okay? Then you're going to take this one and you're going to fold it inwards at an angle, okay? Then you're going to take this end and you're going to fold it inwards so it's across. Then you're going to take this one. Make sure you burnish down your tapes, or else all you're going to be doing is picking them up. So now you know these 2 corners are exposed. So now my width sympathy, whoops, come on, Sharon. I cut all my fingernails. All right, so now you can push down with these, but not those, okay? Until I'm happy with what it looks like, and I'm going to stand up And then I press on those corners. And then I just pull that tab, that one, cut all my nails off. Sorry about the Band-Aid, but if it's one rule to tell you is be careful with your dies. I had a full cover plate die and it just sliced my finger. So be careful. All right, so that seemed to be less trouble than the first version. Oh, I forgot to burnish this down. So burnish this down. Okay. And then this one is going to end up going over that. That's no big deal. But you stay right close to the opening. Don't let it extend into the opening, or that will be a problem. Okay. I just go there, touch. Then again, I just pick a corner. Doesn't matter which one you pick. You can use your pokey tool if you want to lift this backing off the tape. Since I cut my nails, it's probably a good thing. All right, so now we're ready to put down the last one. And so we're going to look and see. We're not going to touch these corners. We're going to move it around until you're happy with what you're seeing. And I think that looks pretty good. So then I press in those two corners. And you pull. Okay. So now you have this part all the vellum part is now all done. Now it's just really quite a lot of the simple stuff. So we want to pop this up on our card, but first we're going to put the corners. So you're going to take out your corner stickers, and with your fingers or with the pokey tool, you're going to pick up one and check to see if there's any leftover chads, and there isn't any. And then you're going to place that down, press it with your finger. And you can do the licking your finger technique with these also. Sometimes what I do is just put it in the middle, and that way then I have all the room and the ability to turn this however I want, and then I just roll the stick out. You're going to have a lot of these left to make a lot of wonderful cards with. Okay, now we're going to come up here. There's the boss's smiley face. Keep me in the picture. I hope me picking these off have been in the picture. Probably not. If you don't like what you've done, then you can just pick this up and reapply it. If you put it on crooked or whatever, it's not permanent until it's been there a while. Even if you press it down, you can then come along with your pokey tool and just start to lift it and do it again. Okay, so we have that all done. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your card base and your piece here, and you're going to fold over the mountain. If you can see, this has like a bump up there, and this has got like a valley. So it's always fold over the mountain. And I know I brought a stone folder, but you can use the edge of your scissors or whatever. Okay, so we're going to set that aside. Now you're going to get out your double stick foam tape. And you're going to open this up. And the one thing that you're going to want to make sure, because we have 3 separate openings, you want to put foam tape in between these parts or else they'll cave in. Okay? So I'm going to do this the way that I do all of my cards in putting stuff on, is I'm first going to make, oops, that was a little off there. my long strip. And I'm going to cut it off. Remember, it has to be one continuous strip. And I'm going to put this here. Cut it off. We have this in a lot of different widths, but we enclosed this one with you just for convenience. But on our website, you will find some that have 3 different widths that you could order. Now, I put one right in here, making sure that I am on the black cardstock, because this is a tight squeeze. If you can see, whoops, if you can see that, it's a tight squeeze. There isn't much extra there. So you're going to start there and put it on. Now, here's the thing that's probably going to drive you all nuts is I don't remove the backing off of those because I just need it for support. So now, like I do everything else, I start with a corner and I pull it back and I fold it back in an angle, and sometimes I tuck it behind so that it stays better. I do that here. And I'm going to go to this edge. And I'm going to do the same thing. So it's always the opposing corners. Okay? So now you know you can't touch these 2 corners. So you can hold this in your hand or whatever, but what I want you to notice is that it's not sticking. And hopefully that you can see it all. It doesn't stick. It is not sticking because these act like little feet. So now you're going to look at your corners. Don't touch these. So you're going to move it by these 2 corners. And you want to have everything reasonably even. That looks pretty good. So then I bring my finger down, my thumb down, and I draw this one up, but I don't let go. All right, so then you gently pull so that it doesn't tear like I did with the other tape. And you just pull your strips, press it down, pull your strip, press it down, and your card is done. I hope that you really enjoyed this plumping and coloring in. It is really fun to plump. We have a lot of outline stickers that you can do this plumping with. And we have also this version. And this one, I laid the whole vellum piece. I left it all as one, and I attached it right to the front of the card and then put this on with foam tape, because you can see that there's a little bit of height between the vellum piece and this. So that's another thought that you can do. Then think of other colors and other stickers on your sheet. The sheet that you have, you're going to be able to make, I think it's like 6 cards. So I think you're really going to enjoy it. There's with those. And then here's another version of this with no words in it. I just left this. Oops. I do things upside down. Sorry, guys. I'm so used to doing demos and showing people in front of me. So I apologize. This was upside down. These ones are fine. But anyway, so pick colors. And you see how I also used our other overlay. We have it in white, cream, and black. And so I used the cream overlay. And you'll notice I took the marker and I colored in the stickers, which added another cute thing to it. And with this one, I attached these. These were all separate. And I attached these directly to the back. And this I attached to the front of the card, because you can see there's a little depth that this is seated down and this is level. So there's a lot of options that you can do with our outline stickers. I hope that you've really enjoyed this class and that you will make more out of all those sheets of stickers that you have left. And thanks for playing with us. Bye-bye.
Hi everybody, it's Debbie from Stamp On It. This is a follow-up video to the Project Welcome Spring Slimline card that Sharon just shared with you. So if you're watching this video, you've probably seen or done the project. So I'm just going to go over a few things, some of the product, but I want to show you a couple of other ideas working with our products, especially focusing on our vellum cardstock. So I'm going to move this sample out of the way here. And our vellum cardstock, which Sharon worked with, is the base. We used it as the base to this card project. And it's what we put our stickers on. And then she went through a technique with you called what we call plumping, which makes the sticker image dimensional. And then you can apply color to it if you want. So the vellum is a cardstock weight, and it comes in 3 weights. It comes in 48, 65, and 100 pound. Now, I'm not going to sit here and show you each one because on video, they're going to look the same. So that's pointless. I'm going to tell you about them. 48 pound is the lightest of the 3 cardstock weights. They are all cardstock weight. 48 pound is the lightest, 65 is medium, and 100 pound, of course, is the heavy cardstock. Now, let's just start with 100 pound and work ourselves backwards. I kind of do things quite well backwards. 100 pound is the heaviest, and it allows you, if you want, to actually make layers or the actual card itself out of vellum. Okay, it's that heavy. So it's basically like taking a piece of cardstock, folding it, and that is your card. Only it has the properties of vellum. All right, this one we put one of our double emboss stickers on and then added a little bit of tinting or color to it. But the 100 pound is very heavy weight. You would probably not want to use the 100 pound for the plumping technique like we did today because it's just too aggressively heavy and it would really make your hands sore. We use the 65 or the 48 pound for this. And that's really your choice of what you like to use. If you want it to be a little bit heavier, you can go with the 65. 48 pound works well as well. What I want to show you is working with the vellum in another way, besides putting the stickers on and hand plumping it, let's say, is putting it through embossing folders. There are lots of gorgeous embossing folders out there. New 3D is what I have here. And you can check out our website for further information on the folders themselves. But I just want to show you kind of quickly just what you can do with the vellum in the folder. So this is 100 pound, this is 65 pound, and this is 48 pound. All right. So basically you get the same type of look. And I'm going to hold this up so hopefully you can see the dimension there, but it just creates a gorgeous, gorgeous embossed raised design. And then you can layer that onto your pages or projects, cards, what have you. You can add color to that. And that's what I want to show you is adding color. Now, there's 2 ways to do that. You can add color directly to, if I can find it, and this is an older folder, an older embossing folder, not a 3D, but you could certainly do it with the 3D folders too. You can add color directly to your folder. And we'll get into that more when we do a project coming up in the future with that technique, but you can add color directly to the folder. You can brayer it on. You can brush it off the pad on here, and you get different results depending on how you do it. Here is an example of where we added the color to the folder. And this particular folder, trying to remember what Sharon said the name it was. Sorry, I don't have that, but it is, you can check out our website. She added the color to one side of the folder, and it makes a difference on what side of the folder you add the color to. Now, obviously, don't add color to both because you're going to end up just with in this case, a blue sheet, because not only will the raised part be colored, so will the sunken or the valley. So decide and practice with just plain paper doing this technique. Add color to this, emboss it, and then get your results. All right. In this one, she added color to the valley of the folder. All right. So you can see how that is. Now, I'm just going to show you a couple other ones. Here's that same design folder, and this is out of 48 pound. Here's the same out of 100 pound. And this is not the same, sorry, this is a different folder. And here's one also. But you can see how absolutely stunning that becomes when you emboss it with a folder. When the area is raised or put under pressure with our vellum, it turns white. So it becomes just a really gorgeous parchment almost effect to that. All right. Now, I wanted to show you a little trick with a problem that some will encounter with this, and we have in the past years, is when you emboss it, you put the vellum in the folder and you run it through, especially if your folder is more aggressive. I call it aggressive if there's a lot of embossing going on and the paper, the vellum doesn't want to bend or give. The fibers don't want to relax and give well enough. What you want to do, take a piece of scrap paper, just any scrap paper, put it into your folder. Then put your piece of vellum in. And I've already done this one, so that's why there's an impression in here. Then put another piece of scrap paper. All right. Close your folder, run it through your machine. And what that does when you put this scrap paper in is it takes away some of that pressure from the folder and the machine that's being applied to the layer. And instead of getting, if I can show you here how this one, I think it was this one that had cracked. Of course, now I probably won't be able to find any of it. But as soon as I put the paper in and ran it through, yeah, this one does have cracks in it, so it does show a little bit. But as soon as you put the paper in with it, it takes away some of that pressure and allows it to emboss without cracking the vellum. So keep that in mind, just a little trick. If you have trouble with the vellum cracking, put a piece of scrap paper top and bottom, put it in your folder, run it through. All right. Also, you can add color after you emboss directly to the layer that you're embossing. I'm wondering if I should put this on black, if you'll see it better, probably. So I could take, if I wanted to, and I could add color directly to my embossed piece. Now remember, this is not going to be perfection. When you are working with a sponge and adding color, you're not going to get a perfect print where the color isn't exactly where you want it. This is more of I don't know if it's so much abstract, but more of that type of look. So I can take, if I want to, I'm going to find the raised side. This is my raised side. And I'm just going to add a little bit of color. And I'm just using a large sponge, oversized sponge. Yeah, I love these jumbo dauber sponges. We have them on our website, but it allows me to pick up some color and just apply it to my embossed surface. Now, the busier the folder, the easier it is almost to do this and keep that color just on the raised areas if you like. But it's no matter what you're doing, it's always beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And you can use multiple colors, pearlescent colors, metallic colors like this. But this just gives you an idea of adding color to the piece after. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but see how it's added color to the embossed surface and brings out the design, whatever you have. And then you can use that as your layer if you like. Okay, so that's working with the vellum in the embossing folders. I just wanted to tell you about that because it's just something that is really, really strikingly gorgeous when you're working with our cardstock vellums. Just gives it a gorgeous, almost parchment finish when the raised areas turn opaque white. And that's what Sharon was talking about also in the project. When you do the plumping like she did here, add the color to the front of the vellum because once you plump or emboss our vellum, it turns white, so it's opaque. You cannot see through it anymore, not the white areas. All right. Before you plump it or emboss it, you can add color because you can see my hand through here. But if you emboss it, the solid white areas will become opaque. So then you add color to the front. All right. So that just goes through that a little bit. All right. So that's a way to use our vellums. I want to show you a couple more samples here, a few more samples, just give you some inspiration maybe. Here is one done with stickers, our Sea Life stickers, and blended. Very nicely done. Here is our cat, one of our cat sheets. And again, these are going to be all Slimline. These first ones I'm showing you, practically all of them are, because we're in the Slimline theme. This is the same idea as what our project was, only no color added. And these are from our copper sticker line. Our sports. I believe this one is called soccer. These stickers are also great for scrapbooking. We have lots of themed stickers. Here is hearts, great for anniversaries, weddings, Valentine's. Again, she just embossed, no color added. She plumped this and she plumped this, so it's white. You can't see it real good, but it's white. Just makes it very, very striking. And then we have this one where we added color to the butterfly after it was plumped also. Okay. This one is a sample of stamping on our vellum, because you can also stamp on our vellum and then add color if you like. And she actually stamped this and then plumped it. If you stamp on the vellum, use a permanent type ink. Vellum is a semi-non-porous surface, so you want to use ink that's got a little bit of bite to it. And then you can come back in and you can blend on it as well, especially if your ink is permanent. This is from one of our, let me see, Artful Solid Christmas 1417. It's actually got one more design with it too, but we only used 3 on here. Okay. And this one she did add a little glitter afterward too, just to spice it up. Very nicely done. So those are some Slimline samples also of different ways to use the sticker in that technique, but also in the technique, other techniques and other ways. So don't forget to use your coupon on our website. It's good for $5 off any order over $40. And you also get free shipping. It's gonna charge you the shipping when you check out, but it's gonna credit it back when it gives you the coupon discount. So just note that. All the items that she used are foam tapes, the Wendy Vecchi stylus tool set, and we have other stylus tool sets on our website. The stickers are all on our website. Our little pokey tools, we have different ones of that as well. Check out our video line. We have some great videos, some project videos. We have product videos. We also have, if you sign up on our email, every so often we come out with a jammy video. I call them a jammy video because it's a video you can just sit and watch in your jammies. And I can be in my jammies and nobody knows. But it's just a really fun, sometimes it's an introduction to new products. Sometimes it's a quick demonstration. And I don't do them a lot, maybe once every other week. Sometimes every week I'll send one out. Just depends on the inflow of new products and new ideas and things like that. But we certainly do not inundate you with tons of email. That is not our goal at all. We want you to be inspired, to have fun, and check out the rest of our website in the meantime. So we're so thankful that you joined us, and we hope you had a wonderful time with us, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.